Hello and welcome to Grump's Rehab facility. I don't know the number, but it's almost been a year, yeah. In a couple of weeks, it should be a year since I started the channel, and since I did the first rehab facility video. So I'm gonna do a special one where I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. Anyway, let's roll the intro and let's talk about the main topic.
Hello, my name is Grump.
Alright, so first things first, this number here that you can see is fucking amazing, and I'm so grateful. And I don't know what to say. I never expected this. I never expected like 3,000 people to subscribe to my channel. I never expected that like 82% of people that are coming back to the channel are not even subscribed to the channel, which is just weird. And you guys are being just like peeping toms, like from the woods, from behind a tree, just like watching me and all that. So just hit the fucking subscribe button. It's not that hard. I gotta mention the patrons now, because like why the fuck not? So thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, there's gonna be a link down in the description of the video, and you can support the channel right there. I'm gonna buy ships. I'm gonna do a giveaway at some point. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, because I don't want it to be like buying subscribers, but also I might as well, because everybody's doing it. I don't know. I just don't want to have like people that are subscribed here and never come back, but whatever. Anyway, the main topic of this video is going to be the new player experience to Star Citizen. And I'm going to talk, like, first section of the video, I'm going to talk about my first experience, which happened like a year and a half ago, maybe even more. And I'm so like pissed off that I didn't record it, but I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't know that I'm going to do YouTube. Like, why would I record myself playing? But it was funny as fuck. So I researched the game for quite a bit since 2012, since the Kickstarter. I didn't pledge because I thought it was a scam, and sometimes even now I have that same thought as you guys have, probably because you're subscribed to my channel. Anyway, so I bought the game into 2020 or 2021, I'm not sure. You can see it on my profile, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I have been researching the game, and I knew what the game was. I knew about the ships, I knew this and that, but I didn't really play it. So you can say that I had some experience on the game, or I knew something of the game before I started playing it. So I got the Aurora, and in the global chat I asked like, what should I do? And people told me, yeah, just like do box missions that's gonna be like quick and easy money, and you're gonna like get the feel of flying your ship and all that. I didn't have sticks, I was like keyboard and mouse. So fast forward, my first mission ended up like this. I went to wherever, picked up a box. I know that I spawned on ArcCorp, and I went back to ArcCorp. I dropped the box there, I got into my Aurora, and then I went to Crusader. And there I did another box mission, and I landed on Port Olisar. I got out of my ship, didn't close the door, because why would you close the door? There must be like a key or something to ignite the ship. Like, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a new player. And I did the delivery, went back to my ship, and I saw a guy climbing into my ship, getting into the seat, taking off, and bon voyage. And not only that I was surprised, I was pissed off, because I've heard about the insurance thing, the lifetime insurance and all that. I didn't know if it was in the game already. I didn't know anything, and I got so pissed off because I didn't know that you can claim your ship, and I was just there stranded on Port Olisar, and I was just like, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I asked the chat, the global chat again, guys, what should I do? And then there were people that were telling me to Alt 4. There were people that told me to claim my ship, and I was like, where the fuck do I claim my ship? Blah blah blah, it doesn't matter. Went back, I found the terminal, the ASOP terminal, and I couldn't claim my ship. The only ship that I had, I couldn't claim it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even fucking remember, but I remember that I couldn't claim it. So I waited there for like 30 minutes for somebody. I was hopping servers and asking people if somebody can give me a ride so I can claim my ship on another location, so I can try it, or like. And then people were telling me to reset my character, and then other people were telling me that if I reset my character, that I'm gonna lose my money, etc. I mean, I didn't really make that much money. But still, I was scared because I didn't know if, like, I knew that it wasn't much, but still, I didn't know that it was next to nothing compared to, like, ship prices in the game. So I got a guy, and that guy transported me to, I think it was Grump or maybe Everest, it doesn't matter. And there I claimed my ship, and it worked. And from there on, I knew about the claim bug, and which is back now again, of course. I have a friend in my org that just can't claim his cuddy for I don't know how many days now, and it's his only ship that he has because it's his starter ship, and he just started playing. So anyway, I knew about that bug, didn't know about the other bugs, and I was introduced to all the bugs step by step and having a rough fucking time, but being flabbergasted by the ship design, by the graphics, by the community, and all of that, because whenever I was really down and feeling really like bad about my experience in the game and wanted to like out the 4, there was always a guy that would like ask, oh, does somebody want to see my character, does somebody want to see my caterpillar, etc. So yeah, they like the community gave me tours of their big ships, and I was amazed by those, and they were the best thing that I ever saw, because I was coming from like space engineers, and space engineers, even though you do your own ship design in that game, it's like cube based. It's basically like Minecraft, but in space, and it's great, but still it doesn't look as good as Star Citizen, of course. So next day I logged on and I got myself a crime stat, and it was a really shitty experience. I didn't know that I had a crime stat. I went to jail, and it was back when you couldn't really pick up the mineable pieces or the whatever you want to call them from the ground, because it was just janky and really laggy, and it took you an hour just to fucking get out for a like 30-minute sentence. And yeah, like it was a struggle. And then I realized that I shouldn't touch the personal tab in the missions. Nobody told me that before. So I didn't touch those, but then I got attacked on Olisar. It was back when the Olisar was like the main hub for everyone, and everybody was spawning there, and all the griefers would just go to griefers, PvPers, whatever you want to call them, would just go to Olisar to PvP, and I was obviously bad at it, so I had to get good at it, and I was getting destroyed, and I was having a really rough time. Most of the missions weren't working, and when I went PvE bounty hunting, I would get destroyed because I didn't know that my Aurora could fit 4 guns instead of 2 that I had on the ship already. So somebody told me that I can buy ship components and all that. I knew about it, but since there was no tutorial, I've heard about it from the YouTubers, but since there was no tutorial, I didn't know how or where to do it, or which components to buy, or what is good, etc., etc. So that's one of the reasons why YouTubers for this game, even though it's a really small community, we have fairly big YouTubers that are playing this game. And I'm not talking about Level Cap Gaming, who just like came here. I'm not talking about Matimio and all of the other big YouTubers that came to the game after having a YouTube channel for, I don't know, 10 years. I'm talking about people that came and like grew from this community, because nobody would know what to do in the game, what works, what doesn't, if you didn't have YouTubers. Nobody would know about Urkel, that game. Nobody would know about SC tools. Nobody would know about anything, like any other websites that are helpful for the game, if you didn't have YouTubers. And you wouldn't even fucking know what ship, what gun, whatever is good if you didn't have YouTubers and all of those websites. Why? Because the UI in the game is disastrous. It was disastrous, and it's getting even worse now with the inventory, with the new inventory, with the selling things to stores, like the new store UI. And you saw how I exploded basically when I saw the new UI for the commodities for the stores on like Moons and all that. It's amazing how bad it is. I'm still amazed how deep and how complicated they want to make the game, but then the UI is just trash. And here's the thing, the new UI doesn't show you anything except the ship and like the name and the prices of the commodities. Why can't you not see the weight of the commodities? Why can't you see I don't know, graphs for other places that are buying those commodities? Why don't you see graphs for that one place, for all the commodities and all the fluctuation of the prices of the said commodities? Like, no, we're just gonna give you a ship. For what fucking reason? I know which ship I flew there. Like, there's no fucking point to give me a picture of my ship and for it to cover half of the fucking screen. Or 2/4 of the screen, which is basically the half of the screen. So the other thing is, of course, the store UI. You have the quick buy, which is somehow even slower than the normal buy option. And then, like, there's nothing. You gotta do a bunch of clicks and you gotta read a lot of things, and everything is just laid out so poorly that you can't really understand what you're buying and if it's better or worse. Like, what happened to graphs or just like sliders that would tell you how good a component is? What happened to that? Like, that's not a new game design idea. That's really old. Just like, give us, if we're buying a quantum drive, give us like a few specs like speed and fuel consumption and I don't know whatever, and let us like decide which one we want to buy instead of going to Urkel or other websites, because like that should be all done in the game, right? And on top of that, why is there no tutorials for the game? Why is there no info about the game inside the game itself? It's not really that hard. Like, if you can say, well, there's no info on the speed of the quantum drives, on the damage of guns, etc., because everything is subject to change. Okay, fine. But do you know that you can do like Excel spreadsheets that would just calculate everything for you, and whenever you did a change, it would just calculate the DPS for a weapon. Whenever you change the speed of something, it would just update, and like you can integrate that, well, maybe not an Excel fucking spreadsheet, but you can integrate that into the game, so you don't need to do the fucking work manually every time. But I guess that's so hard for CAG to understand that we need that info. Do you, like, how many times a day when you're playing Star Citizen are you alt-tabbing so you can see Urkel or I don't know, SC tools? It depends if you're a miner or an industrial guy or a PvPer, or you just want to buy a ship and you don't know where to buy it because it doesn't fucking say anything in your mobi-glass and you don't know it's off the top of your head. Therefore, you need to go to an external fucking website because, yeah, CAG didn't feel like giving us that info. Commodity fucking price alerts. Oh, here's like a thing in your journal and it's gonna update and you're gonna scroll and you're gonna try to fucking find where you're trying to trade. And what's up with the UI? And that all ties in with the new player experience. New players, not only that they suffer from bugs and they hate the game immediately because of the bugs, no, the worst thing is that they don't know what they can do in the game. Do you know how many questions I got on my should you buy Star Citizen YouTube videos for like, what can I even do in this game? Because most of us YouTubers are doing like updates for guns and all that, like whatever gets changed, we do an update video on that, and we can't really do like what can you do in the game, because that's always changing, because a bug is gonna destroy something. So for example, dispatch, I did a video for bunker missions where you can get a lot of money, but you can't do it anymore because the bunkers don't spawn Hedonite anymore, and the bodies despawn immediately, and like it's broken now and it doesn't work. So therefore that video is obsolete now. And every patch breaks something. For example, this patch also broke the box missions. Most of the boxes just spawn underground or don't spawn at all, and you can't finish a mission, and that's a really bad new player experience. Of course, there should be YouTube videos on how to do something proficiently and all of that, of course, but most of it should be done in game. And I'm not saying that the game should hold your hand and tell you what to do at all times, no, but it should like explain things to you. But no, this game doesn't do it at all. And you gotta inform yourself on external websites or on YouTube videos. And that's just bad game design. And on top of that, they're gonna add more and more stuff to the game. They're gonna add salvage, data running, etc. I don't know what else they're gonna do, but the thing is, when are they gonna do the tutorials? When are they gonna do UIs that are actually gonna give you some info on stuff that you're buying or stuff that you wanna trade with or whatever? Like on the progress tracker, you can also always see that they're doing some tutorials, and most of them are just like tooltips. And tooltips, like when are you gonna read that while you're fighting, while you're trying to figure out how to fucking fly the ship because it's your first time? You're not gonna read those. So I don't know, like UIs in this game need to be a lot better. They're not even in the ballpark of any good UIs in any game that I played in the last, I don't know, fucking 10 or 15 years. Like UIs in this game are just terrible and they need to be changed. And you saw how pissed off I was, and I'm still pissed off because you know that they're gonna release that commodity UI because yeah, they already did it, so fuck it. Fuck it, we're gonna rework it in 4 years again, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, what's the point, guys? If you're gonna rework everything, when are you gonna finish the game? If you never do something right, not the first time, not the second time, the third fucking time, if you still don't do it right, like the hover quad and the hover mechanics, they're still bad. And this is the third rework. And what then? What then? They're gonna do a fourth one, and it's still gonna be bad. Maybe it's gonna be good, but probably it's gonna have some janky things to it. And then they're gonna do a fifth rework. They're gonna do, I don't know, like the sixth rework of the fucking UI in like, I don't know, 4 years from now. When are we gonna get the rest of the content in the game? If you're gonna have your teams working on reworks all the fucking time, they're not gonna be able to do new content and new stuff for the game because they're working on the reworks. They're working on, yeah, well, we fucked up like 4 years ago, we're gonna do it again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and everything is gonna be reworked, and everything is gonna be rebalanced, and everything like ship-to-ship combat, quantum mechanics, the Moby Glass, the whatever, everything is gonna be reworked. Okay, it's gonna keep the game fresh, let's say fresh, but it's never gonna be done. You're never gonna settle on something and say, okay, this is it, this is fucking done, we're good with this. Like we talked about the gold standard Gladius. You look upwards with the Tobii Eye tracker or the Track IR, and your head clips through the fucking seat behind you. You can't see anything above you because of the fucking seat. And that's the gold standard. I guess that after the gold standard, there comes the platinum standard, and then we're gonna have a diamond standard, and then you get the fucking point. So I don't know. I have no idea what this game wants to do with itself. I don't know what CEG is doing. I don't know, like, how can they not understand that this UI that they showed in the previous ISC is one of the worst UIs that they have showed ever. Like, in 2017, we had a much better UI, and let me just roll the video for a second here.
One of the most exciting things about building the kiosk was the visual style side of it. There's going to be a low end, kind of like an old old school DOS prompt BBS forum style. And then we also have a mid-end, like a mid-2000s Web 2.0 style. If you go to Grump is where you'll see the low-end kiosks. Port Olisar, for example, will have kind of the mid-nice range kiosks.
It's all one underlying system, but we swap out the graphics depending on the store and the manufacturer.
It was really fun to design the old school style one, the low-end one. Just kind of develop these frame-by-frame animations that you would see old, DOS games and things like that.
Kiosk is a nice test because it has quite in-depth functionality like sorting and filtering and pop-ups and things like that. So it's quite a complex interface over, let's say, something simple like an elevator floor selection panel. So it's a good test for us.
So what's the point, guys? Are you gonna do a rework of a rework of a rework of a rework forever? If it's that hard, why don't you just hire a website designer? Like yesterday, this is my first time that I found out about this website because nobody told me about that. Fucking fleetyards.net. This thing is fucking amazing. This is one of the nicest websites that I saw on this game forever now. Like, it looks futuristic. It has all the info that you need for your ships that you're gonna buy or whatever. You have it on the screen with just a few clicks. And there's a search bar. And there's like everything that you fucking need on a website. And you log into a fucking search bar, which we will never get in Star Citizen in the game. Why don't you hire these guys? Just hire these guys because they obviously know their shit and they know how to do a fucking website or an user interface. Okay, I'm done ranting. Thank you for watching, and thank you again to my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support my channel, there's gonna be a link down in the info section of the video, and you can support me there for me buying lights, camera action, and all that shit for the channel, and of course ships and ship giveaways and ships that I'm gonna review and all of that. So yeah. Again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and bon voyage. Ciao.